So next week is hopefully solar install week. So let me take you through what I hope is happening. So next week is supposed to be solar install week. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that briefly, but also want to get some feedback from you guys on the sound. So I usually use this Rode mic, and I continue to use that when I'm just doing stationary shots. But when I'm moving around and doing, I guess, more vloggy type videos, I'm just going to use the onboard stereo mics on the Sony because it seems to work really well. But I've got these micro wind jammers, so as we go outside in a moment, it's going to be quite windy, so we'll see how well they work. So yeah, so the plan is next Wednesday the solar install is supposed to start, and on Monday the scaffolding is supposed to come and be erected. However, I have had no communication to confirm these things. So I'm just going to make a follow-up phone call now to find out what's happening, because I need to make sure my neighbours are happy to have people come on site for scaffolding. I want to make sure all the stuff is been ordered. So whilst I do that, I'll also head outside and talk you through what I'm hoping is going to happen. Okay, so there's a bit of noise outside. Just spoken to the solar company. They're surprised I haven't heard from the scaffolder. Apparently I spoke to them last week. I asked them if I could speak to them, but they're insistent that they speak to them, so they're going to give them a call now. Hopefully they'll come back to me and confirm if they are coming on Monday or another day or whatever. I know, so all companies like this seem to be the same, but I really wish there'd just be more communication so you know and have your expectations set, or at least tell you that you're not going to communicate. They said that they were going to call me the day before the install starts to confirm it's happening. I mean, you'd like a bit more notice so you can plan your life, right? I also asked them if the Harvey and the Eddy, which were the additional things, if they were in stock ready. They weren't too sure, just kind of said they hadn't heard they weren't, so assume everything was okay. So we shall see. But yeah, so the plan is that we're going to have 20 solar panels and optimizers put on the roof of the house. So that will go from, obviously it's been a slate roof, they're going to have to cut and adjust the slate to make the mounting fixtures fit. My plan is to record as much as I can, or time lapse some of the install to show you what it's like and give some feedback. And then we'll have 10 panels and optimizers on the roof of the cave. So that will give me 30 panels altogether, which adds up to the 9 kilowatts, and it all should be good, hopefully. So my plan, or my hope, is that they kind of follow the following process. So here is where the meter box and everything is. So in here, obviously they're going to have to do some connections into the grid and the metering, and also this will be where the Harvey needs to connect. So I'll do separate videos on this as hopefully the install goes according to plan. But the Harvey is basically the wireless communication module to the Eddy, and that's what's going to allow the solar prioritization to my hot water. And I want to get a Zappy when I get an electric car, well, other than the Twizy. So what I'm hoping that they can do is run a cable obviously out of this box, down and along, all the way down to here. Now all my equipment hopefully is going to be put in the garage, but I don't really want them to go across here, because if they to do it neatly, they're going to have to pull up the slabs and all that sort of thing. So I don't think they're going to want to do that, and I probably won't want to do it either. So I'm hoping that what they can do is go under the gap here along this wall, because obviously the other thing is we're going to have cables coming down from the roof into the inverter off of the house and the garage, so they all need to come together. So I'm hoping that they can have the cables from the 20 panels up here coming down here in some nice trunking, hopefully some trunking or just a tap of the cables along there. Also, because I'm having the power wall installed hopefully before the end of the year, there needs to be an Ethernet cable from the power wall to there as well. So maybe they do it at the same time. They'll probably do it separately, but I'm going to mention that to them because I want to try and have as neat an install as possible. That is one of the other things I'd asked for. I did ask many times to have pictures sent of installs on slate roof and how neatly they do things. I never got them, so in this video we'll find out how neat the installs are. I just got bored of asking. I mean, spending all this money, you think they want to kind of share things, but oh, this is really cool. Check this out. Is that a grasshopper? I guess it is. Kind of cool. But anyway, yeah, so I'm hoping that they can run cables all the way along here and then use this piping that, so currently you have the phone line running down this piping. Now, my understanding is because it's DC power, it shouldn't interfere with the phone line, so we'll worry about that later. But I've run other cables in this pipe before for temporary use, and you can get cables through there no problem. And this cable, or the pipe, basically goes all the way along through and over to here, and then obviously various cables just go through the other side of that wall. So I'm hoping that they can do that, because that would be a nice neat install. It will save them time because they haven't got to worry about tacking everything along and doing any digging, literally just running those cables through the pipe, and it should be more than thick enough. It's a really good diameter, so it should be relatively straightforward. And again, they can just come down the back of the wall and just tap all these cables into here. So then the plan will be that all this stuff will feed in to the garage where the inverter will be, and hopefully the power will. So let me show you where I'm hoping that they can put those. Okay, so this is like a little storage room where I've got a couple of my NAS and a couple of servers and everything, but I also have a power fuse board in here, so they're going to have to put an additional fuse board in. So I'm hoping that they can put that around here, and I asked them to make sure that it had enough expansion for the Zappy as well. So obviously it's going to have the inverter, going to have the power wall, but I want to make sure that they have enough slots so that there's enough one spare for the Zappy, otherwise this all has to be replaced and it's just a waste of money. So yeah, and so then based on my measurements, the HD Wave inverter can go on this wall, probably up here somewhere, and then there's enough room in this gap down to the floor, which the camera just doesn't want to focus on too well for some reason. And I've obviously got some cables coming in through there, but that's where the power will go. So I'm hoping that they can come through. You saw on the outside those white cables and black cables were, so I can move this one if I need to. That's just a Cat 5 if it needs to be flusher, but hopefully they can run the cables through here and then up the wall into the inverter and the fuse board. So that's what I'm hoping, and we'll see if there's any problems. When they came out and gave me I guess did the original survey and everything, they said that was no problem with any of that, because obviously I've got the fuse board here. So I'm hoping everything goes according to plan. I'm going to be really frustrated if there's some now reason that they can't do it that way, because nothing's changed. So yeah, install starts in a week's time, hopefully. So again, I'll do a couple of daily videos as that goes through and share it with you. And hopefully this turns out to be really good, right? So Ben, who owns, or is the director, I think he owns it as well, of Forever Green Energy. He's a really good guy. And that's really why I decided to go with him, because it didn't seem there's any bullshit and everything. So communication hasn't been great, but I'm hoping that the end product is going to be good. I'm hoping the Powerwall comes kind of end of October time, but obviously that's down to Tesla and how long they take as well. But that's the plan. So hopefully it all goes well, and yeah, kind of excited now. Just hope the weather. Well, yeah, hope the weather gets better. Hope we haven't seen the end of the summer in the UK, so it'd be good to maybe get them another month of some free energy before the winter kicks in. Obviously, because I won't have the battery either, so want to minimise the wastage. So there we go. Exciting times. Thanks for watching this video. A thumbs up would be really appreciated. If you're interested in other geek type videos, please consider subscribing to Spectrum Geeks. Why not also follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And before you leave, why don't you check out one of these other videos that may be of interest. Thanks again for watching.